Hello, this is just a quick review for Zero Horizon, or not, Horizon Zero Dawn. For the PS4, I always get it mixed up. It's either Horizon Zero or Zero Horizon. I can never remember. But I just got the game today. I mean, I'm a bit late to the party, like, because everybody's completed this by now. But um, I just was playing other things, and I was just thought I'll wait until it comes down in price. Because I watched gameplay and shit when it first came out, and I thought it looks class. I don't want to spoil it for myself, so I'm just gonna wait. And I've just went and got it today. So, but this beginning bit, this is where you start. You start off as a kid, and this beginning bit reminds us of what's it called? Uncharted 4, and The Last of Us. You know, like nothing on the screen apart from your objective. I mean, it gives you little tutorial buttons like that, but you know, the graphics are really good. You're underground, you're in like a cave. It's like a third person, over the shoulder kind of game. It just looks like good. I mean, 10 out of 10 for the graphics and that, like. The buttons are relatively simple. Circles to dodge out the way. You've got squares to crouch. X's jump. Triangles, like your action button to pick stuff up. You've got R1 is your light hit. R2 is your heavy hit. L1 is to get your weapon wheel out, and L2 is, oh, I can't remember now. But you can press R3, and that's like your scan, like your detective mode on Batman. You know, so it's like the buttons are very like intuitive. If you've played games before, you know, they're quite simple to pick up. This is like the menus, because it's a bit daunting at first when you look at it, because you can modify your weapons, you can craft potions and bombs and shit like that. So you have to like have a little navigation through the menus and just get used to it yourself. But at the top, you can see you've got skills, inventory, crafting, map, quests, and your notebook. Your notebook's like your bestiary on Witcher. Just gives you like, it's just nice to have notes on every animal you come across. Tells you the weaknesses and shit if you ever need to refer back to it. This is your skill tree, where you can read and you can even watch a little video once you've bought it to like, you know, as like example of how to use whatever you've just unlocked. Some of them are really good. Some of them are like slowing down time when you're jumping in the air or when you're sliding across the floor, because you can sprint and press crouch and you'll go into a knee slide, like a power slide, and you know, you can slow down time and shoot your bow. They're like your lure call, and your heal and shit and that. So it reminds us a bit of Assassin's Creed, the way it plays, because you're constantly collecting things to craft stuff. So you just get used to picking everything up, or even Red Dead, Red Dead Redemption. When you're playing that, you're constantly skinning animals, you're constantly collecting flowers and shit, and it's the same principle as this. I'm gonna start taking all the shit off the hood because I've got far too much on the screen, but I just thought I'll leave it all on because I normally go into the options and fuck about with shit and customize it. But now I've left everything on for the meanwhile, just until I get the like suss of the game, and then I'll turn everything what I don't want off. This is just a little example of what it's like when you meet people, you have conversations, you've got multiple options. So you know it comes in handy, and sometimes you're getting timed. I think you've got to quickly pick what you want to say. But this is again back into the options. This is like modifying 21 damage, and then I've got a 24% damage, and I've got a freeze. But I've, like I say, it's at the very beginning, and I haven't come across any like dinosaurs or robots, whatever. Like I've got the freeze capability, so I've just sold that straight away because it's too early to have that. I'll probably come across it later on. Don't want to hoard things. But it's good because you can obviously craft and stuff, you can upgrade stuff, so you're constantly having to go into your options and replenish all your arrows and all that shit, your potions and that. This is the map, and it's kind of big. Like when you first look at it, you think, "Fucking hell, it's massive." But if you look at this, like you see where these green campfires are, the distance between those campfires might only be like 200 meters, and it says on your hood like two little yellow footsteps side by side, and like I'll have 246, and as you're running towards it, it clicks down. So it's like, you know, it's exactly like Assassin's Creed. So even though the map looks massive, it's hard to get the scale of what it really is. This is your detective mode. And you can obviously scan shit. It tells you what its weakness is. You can scan the different areas of the body because all the robots have got like armor on it. So sometimes you have to smash the armor off in order to get the weak spots available to shoot at. And these campfires are fucking save points. And also when you've done it, you can fast travel. So it's a bit like the fast traveling system on The Witcher, and even on what's it called, Assassin's Creed. It's the same kind of thing. You've got to discover it before you can fast travel there. And also fast traveling costs shit in your inventory. To like, you've got to craft a fast traveling pack, so you have to keep collecting stuff in order to fast travel. So use them sparingly, or you can buy. I think you can go to a vendor or like a merchant, and you can buy like an unlimited thing, where it gives you a special ability where you can do unlimited. But that, I mean, that makes that easy, really. But it's personal preference at the end of the day, so it depends what you want to do. I was just skipping through the conversation just like just for that video, just to get on with it. And this is the first time I had came across a big beast. This is literally where I'm up to on the game. I've just turned it off after like dying on this, and then I killed it. And then I finally turned it off and saved it, started doing this video. But can you see I've got the shock rope caster. I bought that off that bloke at the shop before. And I was just trying to use it as a trap. And earlier I've got the footage, but I forgot to include it, I think. And earlier I shot, you know, like the normal horses, I think they are, the cows or horses or something. And there was like a big herd of those, and I shot one of these rope casters up against two trees, and then when they came running towards us, they just ran underneath it. So you have to make sure it's at a very low level, so the animals don't pass underneath, because that was a classic schoolboy error which I've done. So you've got your fire arrows, you've got your normal hunting arrows, and then you've got your shock caster. But what's good, while you've got your weapon wheel out with L1, you can just craft stuff on the fly. So you don't have to like fuck about in the menus. You can just replenish your stuff. And that, look, all these potions and that I've got, resistant frost and poison and shit like that, it's because I've just gone around collecting all the plants, or as much plants in that as was on the screen. So you've just got to collect all the shit, because you can never run out. You're always going to need it, so you always may as collect it. And that reminds us, when you're upgrading and shit, make sure that you make your pouches bigger, your weapon pouches, your ammo and your medicine pouches, just so you can collect more. Because you'll go to collect a plant and it'll turn red and it'll say like your medicine pouch is full, so it just saves you having to keep going back collecting the plants. And do you see just now, as I was shooting and it wasn't sticking to anything, it's because I'm too far away. So you have to have it so it's, you know, so there is a range on it. You can't just fire from miles away, which is good. And then that's a rock. I'm like throwing a rock to attract it, but there was no point. So I thought I'll get me fire arrows out, and then you've got to shoot those green canisters, because that's one of its say I had the wrong weapon out. It's one of its weak points. But I've seen what you can do is just like stun it like that with one of your trip wire things, and then just fucking hit it with your staff, you know what I mean, and just get stuck in it. And like, if you stay away from the back and the front, because the front will hit you with the head or the claws, the back they'll like kick you like a horse. So if you're at the side of the body, you can just keep getting stuck into them, circle to roll out the way, and just keep. It's a bit like The Witcher, if you've ever played The Witcher, or like Dark Souls or anything like that. Just stick and move, roll away, attack, and you can just roll around in a circle and fight them. You don't necessarily have to be faffing about setting traps and fucking doing all this shit. If you don't want to, you can just have a fight with them, but you're grinding it because you'll take hardly no damage off with your staff. so you have to, like, if you're prepared to just keep grinding it. But I like it because it's very interactive, if you know what I mean. The first time you get charged and hit off an animal, it's great. You feel like you're fighting, like, the AI on it's really good. I can't fault the AI. But that's it. Just a quick review. So if you like the look of it, you should definitely go and buy it, because it was only 30 quid. I traded in a couple other games and I just got this, so that's it really. See you there.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.